So in Augustine's Confessions, which is his kind of memoir, in book 4 of the Confessions, he loses his like his soulmate friend as young men. And he says it was as if his whole world had dissolved in losing this friend. And what he had to sort of work through was how to actually love his friend, not as if he were God. Because that's kind of the thing, right? If you cling to anything finite and mortal as if it was infinite and eternal, you're just kind of signing up for disappointment. So the trick is but that doesn't mean you're supposed to just not care about the finite or the mortal, since we are mortal and finite. It's how can you sort of like love them in this love that never dies. And that's, and it's one, you will still experience mourning. You'll still experience grief. You'll experience loss. But it doesn't have to be loss that utterly destroys you. Because actually you see them, I can't remember the exact phrasing, but he says, I loved him as one who was loved in God. And so there's a sense, now some Ted might think that's kind of wishful thinking, it's the end of that friend. We could talk about that. But I would say that even as a Christian, I can sort of both honor how significant that friendship is without maybe idolizing it or something, and sort of situate it in a bigger story. And that, by the way, that will be part of your experience of just like growing up, is losing friends because of what it is to move away and things, and to realize that in a sense, like you said something like this earlier, Ted, in a way, any friend in any season is its own kind of sacramental experience of that otherness, that Levinas. Oh, be still my beating heart. I mean, this sense that every face you see is an infinity. Every single human being, it's very, very hard for us to think about that this way anymore, because we've been taught to demonize so many people who are different from us or who disagree with us. But Emmanuel Levinas, this Jewish philosopher that Ted referred to, he says, as soon as you see another face, you are experiencing the infinity of God, because they bear that transcendence. I think that's a incredible way to walk through the world. Thomas Merton, great contemplative monk from mid-20th century, had this experience where he was standing on a corner in Louisville, Kentucky, and he had this kind of like epiphany. And he said, how do you tell people that they are stars shining in the, he's standing on the street corner and he sees that every single one of them is like this cosmos of wonder. And he's like, people don't know what they carry in them. It's such a beautiful, beautiful picture.